and we're going to be solving this problem using the completing the square method. X squared plus y squared is equals to 17, and y is given to be x minus 3. So the first step, this is our equation 1, and this is our equation 2. So since y is x minus 3, we put that value, x minus 3 for y, in equation 1. So substitute for y in equation 1. So it means where you see y squared, you put x minus 3 squared. So you're going to be having x squared plus, instead of y squared, is x minus 3 squared is equals to 17. That's equation 1. So we have substituted x minus 3 for y in equation 1. The next thing we're going to be doing is to expand this bracket, and you know that x minus 3 squared is the same thing as x minus 3 times x minus 3. So x times x gives us x squared. X times minus 3 minus 3x minus 3 times x minus 3x minus 3 times minus 3, that's plus 9. Minus times minus is plus, 3 times 3 is 9. When you do this, you're going to be having x squared minus 3x minus 3x equals minus 6x plus 9. And that is what our x minus 3 squared gives. So bringing it back to this equation, you're going to be having x squared plus, instead of x minus 3 squared, it will be x squared minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 17. So x squared plus x squared gives us 2x squared minus 6x plus 9 is equals to 17. Now remember, we are trying to solve this quadratic equation using completing the square method. So, but then I'm going to make it to be in the quadratic equation form first of all, and that is 2x squared minus 6x plus 9. When you take 17 from this side of equal to this side, to minus 17 is equals to 0. You can also say subtract 17 from both sides, but I've always said when you are taking a figure from one side of the equation to the other, you just change the sign. It's allowed. So this gives us 2x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus 17 is minus 8 is equals to 0. This is our quadratic equation, giving us the format ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. All right. This is the general form of the quadratic equation. Now we're going to be solving for x using the completing the square method. In the completing the square method, the first step we're going to be taking is what? Make c the constant term. This constant term, which is minus 8, make it the subject of the formula by taking it to the other side of the equation. So you're going to be having 2x squared minus 6x is equals to 8. Remember, when you take minus 8 across the equation sign, it changes to plus 8. So that's your first step. Another step you're going to do is want to make x, the quotient of x squared, to be 1. So to do that, we're going to divide through by 2. So when you divide all through by 2, divide this by 2, divide this by 2, divide this by 2, right? This will take away this. So you're going to be left with x squared minus 3x, because 2, 2, 3, 2 in 2, 1, 2 in 8, 4 is equals to 4. All right. Now that you've made it to have x squared to have a coefficient 1, the next step on the completing the square method is to make the left hand side a perfect square. So you're going to make this side a perfect square. And to make a quadratic expression like this a perfect square, we look for the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is minus 3. Find the half of it, that's divided by 2, square it, and add to both sides. So this is going to be a perfect square. So what we are doing is find the half of b, half of the coefficient of x, square it, and add to both sides. Simple. Find the half, square it, and add to both sides. It's going to make this side a perfect square. It's minus 3. So half of minus 3 over 2, that's a half. We'll square it and add this to both sides. it means you're going to be having x squared minus 3 plus x squared minus 3 plus minus 3 over 2 squared is equals to 4 plus minus 3 over 2 squared. Remember, whatever you do to the left hand side and you do to the right hand side, you are still being fair. The equation still remain balanced. All right. So by doing this, when you open this bracket, this is what you're going to be having. X minus 3 over 2 all squared is equals to 4 minus 3 squared is plus 9 over 4, because 2 squared is also 4, right? So this, when you expand this, it gives you this back. That's why we say it's a perfect square. A perfect square is a number that have a square root that can multiply itself. So you have x minus 3 squared. So this is the point. So now we will do x minus 3 over 2 squared is equals to this over 1. Find the LCM here is 4. 1 in 4, 4. 4 times 4, 16 plus 4 in 4, 1. 4 times 9, 9. All right. So we can still have x minus 3 over 2 squared. I'm taking care of the right hand side first. It's equals to 16 plus 9, 25 over 4. Now to sort out this side, we're going to find the square root of both sides so that this square can go out. So finding the square root of both sides, we're going to be having square root of x minus 3 over 2 squared is equals to square root of 25 over 4. So you introduce plus or minus, because when you do square root, it's usually plus or minus. Square root of 4 is either 2 or minus 2, because minus 2 times minus 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is also 4. All right, this will take away this. So we're left with x minus 3 over 2 is equals to plus or minus square root of 5 is 25 is 5 over square root of 4 is 2. So we take this to this side. You're now going to be having x is equals to 3 over 2, because this sign negative change to plus. Remember, every time you are crossing, plus or minus 5 over 2. Okay, now that means that x is equals to 3 over 2 plus 5 over 2, or 3 over 2 minus 5 over 2. So when you do this, you're going to be having x is equals to 2 as your LCM, 3 plus 5 is 8, or 2 as your LCM, 3 minus 5 is minus 2. All right? So x is now equals to 8 divided by 2, 4, or minus 2 divided by 2, minus 1. All right? So x is equals to 4, or x equals to minus 1. That is the value of x. But remember that y is equals to x minus 3. So to get our y, we're simply going to say y is equals to x minus 3. So y is equals to x 4 minus 3, or minus 1 minus 3. All right? That gives us y is equals to 4 minus 3, 1, or minus 1 minus 3 minus 4. I hope that catch. Yes. So y is 1 or minus 4. X is 4 or minus 1. And that is the final answer to this quadratic simultaneous equation. If this has been helpful, make sure you give it a thumb up. If you have any question at any point in time in the teaching, leave it in the comment section and tag someone that needs to learn this. And we're going to see in another class. Make sure you subscribe and share. Follow me. I will see you again. Have a great time. Bye-bye.